Yeah, so before we go further, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about Patreon. Patreon is like a Kickstarter. It's a way that you can support my videos, and I will give you special access to talking to me via messaging me on private messaging. I'd give you at different tiers, you get pictures and videos, sad face. All these great things are, here's Case Smitty. All these great things are on my Patreon page. So I thought I'd mention that. And if you want to learn a little bit about that and you're on Instagram, here we go. It's patreon.com/my name, KarenLee Voter. And that's how you do it. If I could spell my name right. There you go. All right. So I'm going to try to pin this now. I always screw up how to do that. There we go. So, hi, Laiku. And anybody else that just joined me on YouTube, make sure to give a thumbs up to the video. And I'm going to try to talk today about an interesting topic that I talk about a lot, which is body language. Because a lot of people say, how do I know if a older woman is interested in me? How do I know if a woman in general is interested in me of any age? And this applies to men, women, and anybody else in between. It basically is it comes from like back in the caveman days. So it's pretty interesting to learn about it. And hi, Dennis, and everyone on Instagram. So I thought I'd use this article that I read by somebody called Hanan Parvez. And so she goes through 7 telltale body language signs that indicate interest. So I guess if you're in any kind of public environment and you see someone who's interesting and you do not go up there because you're not sure if she's interested, this should help you a lot. So this is learning about body language, and some of it is common sense, some of it is not common sense, some of it is stuff that you wouldn't think about. So, okay, I mean, I always start with, and I'm sure that we're going to go through this in the 7 ones that the article is discussing, but the most important thing, obviously, is know what is not good body language. And if she's on the phone, or if he's on the phone, and if he's, turned in a major discussion with somebody, hello, if they're in a major discussion with someone, they're not interested, okay? So just like the obvious is that if someone is actively not paying attention to you, to move on, walk away. You don't need to hate to everyone on Instagram. A lot of people on Instagram right now, and just wanted to talk to you about body language. So and if you have any of your own tips about body language, throw them in here. Throw them in the mix. Hi, Milfman. Karen has a hot date tonight. No, I do not have a hot date tonight. I'm just getting ready to go to yoga. Okay, so let's see. Karen, a hug. Can I get a hug? Okay, Alex, here's your hug. Okay, so here we go. Hi, Laiku. I think I said hi to everybody, right? All right. So back to my Instagram people. I do not speak French, and thank you for the compliments. Okay, so these are, okay, we'll talk about my yoga pants in a minute. These are, I'm going to just read through them first. There's 7 signs. This woman wrote an article called 7 Telltale Body Language Signs That Indicate Interest. Because a lot of people say, how do I know if she's interested in me? How do I know if he's interested in me? Well, this is how you know. Okay, number 1, face is the index of the mind. So a person who's interested in you will make eye contact with you. You know about the eye contact, right? They'll keep you in their line of sight as much as possible. Like if you ever found someone really sexy or hot or attractive and you spot them across the room, your eyes will widen actually and sparkle, and your pupils will dilate, and your eyebrows won't, see how my eyebrows raise? Unless she has too much Botox, which maybe her eyebrows won't raise. But their eyebrows will raise more often when they talk to you. Okay, so they're again, the smile is super important. You definitely want smiling, but not creepy smile. A real one, a real smile, like a genuine, like when your eyes get crinkly, like this kind of smile. your teeth are going to be exposed, and you could tell when it's a fake smile and it's a real smile. Like when you're taking a picture, you could tell when someone gives you a fake smile. Okay, I'm going to answer all the questions. Instagram, I'm going to answer your questions, and YouTube, I'll answer your questions as soon as I'm like done with this little like thing with the body language. Okay, so where were we? All right. So the tilting and the tossing of the head, obviously that's a major sign. I always talk about that, this kind of thing. If you're straight on like this and you're frowning, obviously that's not a good sign of interest, but it's used, women a lot of times, especially if you look at their pictures, it's always like head tilt. It's not necessarily sexual, but it's used like when there's an attraction of some sort. You know what I'm saying? So what looks more attractive? Like what does this look more attractive, or does this? You know what I'm saying? So it's the tilting and flicking of the hair. I always talk about the flicking of the hair. Women love to flick their hair when they're interested and they're playing with their hair, like this. Sometimes that kind of thing shows interest as well. It's like when you make your neck vulnerable, I guess, is what she's saying. It means, I guess that even applies to like dogs. If you ever see like a dog that's going to be submissive, they always put their neck out. So I guess, humans are animals. So if a woman is tilting her head like this and her neck is exposed, it's sort of like, again, it's an attraction. It's an indication that she's interested in you. So again, let's see. Number 3, the body orientation. I always like, even if the person's standing away from you in another group, their body language can reveal their interest in you. So, okay, so for example, we orient our bodies, like if you're head straight onto the person, it definitely means that you're interested and that you can approach that person if their shoulders are like parallel to you. So think about golf, if you're a golfer. You want that squaring of your body so that if a person's interested in you, they're going to face you. They're going to their shoulders will be standing towards you, and even their entire body will be oriented towards you, as opposed to like, have you ever seen this where you're trying to talk to someone and they're like, looking around the room? Even so far as I've had this happen to me, where a guy would like literally turn his whole body like away and looking towards something else. It is so disrespectful, and it also shows a lack of interest. So I think it's really important to think of that as a major indicator. So it has to do with the way they're oriented. A lot of the stuff like this, sitting back in a chair like that with your arms crossed, means like I'm not so sure about you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's very closed off, as opposed to the arms are open, means more openness. Like, okay, Cam 3, I'll answer all questions later. Okay, let's see. Reduced personal space. We all have an imaginary bubble around us, and we only allow those people in the bubble whom we're comfortable with. So the closer we feel to someone, the closer we allow that personal space. So if someone is allowing you to be closer to them, that's a good sign. If they're pushing away like this, they don't really want you to be that close, and pay attention. Okay, so Cam 3 says something about if he looks away, it's not that you're not interested, but a bit intimidated by her beauty. Okay, so be careful, because although you know what that means, she's going to take that as he's not interested in me, and she'll move on. So all these things apply to you too. If you're giving off this kind of air like this and you're looking like that, you're showing all the people around you that you're intimidated or that you're not interested. And those are not messages that you want to give to anybody, right? Okay. The frequency of touching. Now, someone who likes you, if she likes you or he likes you, he's going to touch you, okay? And it may be very, very subtle, but if you're having a conversation and there's, once there's like the personal space is getting closer and closer, if that person puts their arm on yours or touches you or touches your leg or touches your shoulder, or like even if like she like said, oh, you got a strand of hair here, I mean, that is a very, very, very good indicator that the person is interested in you. Okay? And the okay, so I'm going to answer all these questions about my yoga pants in a minute. I promise I will show you my yoga pants. Let's see. All right, so that was the frequency of touching. And final thoughts are in judging whether or not the person's interested in you. It's easy to jump to conclusions. And then apparently she said men are more apt to make false judgments when it comes to figuring this out. So you should observe the above signs multiple times before you draw any conclusions. So, for example, she says if you think someone who's interested in you is moving into your personal space, you can test whether they're interested by not stepping back. If they want to maintain the same level of intimacy as before, they'll unconsciously step forward. So, the last thing here, this is the last thing. One more thing. All the signs indicate that a person, all of the above signs indicate that a person is physically attracted to you. There's often more to attraction than just physical. If they talk to you and find out you're a jerk, body language is not to blame. Okay? So apparently there's the body language, and then there's how the person actually speaks and talks to you. So all those things have to be together. It can't just be from a physical thing. That's just body language. It's got to be from a mental attraction too. So all right, let's see. I'm going to just, I was reading, so I couldn't go to the live stream on YouTube, but here we go. Can I flex my boobs, Corey? No. Milfan, you can come to yoga anytime. I always tell people, go to yoga and go to wineries and wine tasting. You're going to find older women there. Jonathan, what? They can also fake that too. Anybody can fake attraction, yes. You can fake attraction, but in the end, if someone's even bothering to fake it, then that to me shows an interest, okay? Hi, CKA, Vincent, saying shalom. Alex, Mr. Pirate Brain. My ads are back. Yes, my ads are coming back. Yay, I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see. Corey, you're going to have to stop with the questions because you're going to go in timeout right now. You can come back in a minute. Jonathan is saying you're disrespectful, Corey. Okay, hi, Paul. Mr. Pirate's Brain says if a woman crosses, he heard if a woman crosses her legs, pointed to you, that means she's interested in you. And especially if she's flicking her shoe, back and forth, another interest. I mean, a lot of this is common sense. Okay. I'm going to have to block some of these people on Instagram. And some people, don't worry about what people are saying on Instagram right now, okay? Don't worry about people being disrespectful. It just matters if you're listening to what I'm talking about, and I don't pay attention to negativity. So just relax, okay? Okay, all right. We're going to have to get rid of all this kind of nonsense here, okay? I'm going to have to report a comment about using the N-word, use of content. Okay, he's reported. All right, relax, everybody. All right, let's see where we were. Bean, LOL. All right, so what questions do you guys have about body language? J8. Okay, Cam, we're going to read your comment about your ex in a minute. Please give me some time here with the subject matter, and then we'll go to all the questions. I will try to get to everyone. Yes, okay. All right, who would like to discuss their tips on body language? Let's see. All right, yes, Sean, you need to be put in timeout. Okay, what about a woman that keeps touching everyone at work? So that woman who is very affectionate and touchy and feely, most likely she's either a very affectionate person, which some people are, and doesn't have a lot of personal body space, which some people do, or if it's specific to someone, then maybe she's interested. So it's really hard to judge that, but that's why this is just a piece of attraction. For those of you guys that are like writing a lot about, I'm scared to go up to someone and that kind of thing, just don't worry about it. Just go up and try. But this is just a piece of information here, not the whole thing. I love to see a woman when she's nervous. The giggles can't lie. Yeah, I mean, if she's giggling at you, that's also a good sign that she's attractive. If a woman is flushed on her chest, she's ready for sex. Okay, Paul. That's possible, but not necessarily. She could have just had a good workout. Let's see. Oh, man. Why do we have to be negative on Instagram? You like listening to me. Great. Okay. Let's see where we are here. Okay. So, all right. Hug. I want to get a hug. Alex wants hugs. Okay. So, any other questions that you guys have on Instagram? And I don't know why, but my web output is low. YouTube is not receiving enough video. Okay, let me see what's going on here. I got a little issue with my computer. Let's see if that helps matters. All right. Let's see. Mr. Pirate Brain said, it's inappropriate when women do that at work because if a man's touchy-feely, it's an EEO issue. Right. You know what? I mean, it depends. That's in the United States. I mean, there's different cultures that are much more touchy-feely too. I don't check any of my DMs, by the way. If you want to reach me, go to Patreon. I pinned the link here. And for as little as $5 a month, you can, I'm going to have to put someone here in timeout here. Let's see, how do we put this? Let's see. Hide. Okay. Hide Sharif because you're being disrespectful. Okay. So for as little as $5, you can go on my Patreon page, and then you can ask me questions and message me there. So sorry, I can't answer everybody on Instagram because I would be like swamped if I was doing that. All right, let's see. Brendan, you like Italians. Yeah, Mr. Pirate Brain is right. So when I say, oh my God, Sean, I got to get rid of this abusive stuff. There we go. No longer is Sean here because he is saying racially hostile, negative things that I don't want to be part of on my stream. Mine is all about love, all about spreading love, right? Okay. Okay, any other questions or comments about body language before I open up to other questions that people have been asking? And if you would like to, I would be happy to go there with you. Thank you for all the compliments. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, bye, Sean, for being really, really disgusting. Let's see. All right. I'm going to answer the question about my ex still stalks me on Instagram. She thinks it's discreet, but I've caught her. She has a boyfriend now. What are your thoughts about that? Even if she has a boyfriend, she's probably still interested in you because there's a certain part of you that she liked. It depends on how long you guys dated, and she's just still interested in you. I don't think it necessarily means that she wants to get back together with you, but she's still interested in you as a person. That's my guess. But there might be more to this. Maybe she has a boyfriend and it's not really like solid, or there's other issues there. But if you had a relationship with someone, it's hard not to stalk them, or to not stalk, but it's hard not to be interested in what's going on. That was my guess. It's just, take it as a compliment, I would think, unless it's getting creepy weird and all that kind of stuff. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you for all the thumbs up right now. But I forgot to mention, please, after this, if you're watching this later, make sure to give thumbs up. And if you're watching it right now, give thumbs up. How can I better communicate how I feel about what she's doing to me without it feeling like I'm not into her? How can I better, this is from Bryson, how can I better communicate how I feel about what she is doing to me without it feeling like I'm not into her? I'm not sure that's like a double negative question. I'm not sure how can I communicate how she's doing to me without it feeling like I'm not into her. I'm not exactly, I think you meant it the other way around. Alex, what is the matter? Oh, I gave you a hug. Okay, hug. Okay. If a woman does not pay attention to her phone, even if it's ringing, means she's interested because women are obsessed with their phones. Yeah, and the same thing with you guys and girls, whoever who's on here. If you really want to meet someone, it shows complete lack of respect when you pick up the phone and you start playing with your phone, even to look at Facebook or whatever, because it means that someone else is more interesting than you are, or the person you're with. And even if you're in a relationship, it really would bug me if I'm in a relationship with someone, they're on their phone, or they're texting, or they're looking at Facebook or Instagram or whatever else. So try not to do that kind of stuff. That's really not. That's a terrible way to look at body language. In my body language, there's coincidence in the way I talk as well, but I can feel myself turning red. What can I do? Um, you're human, Cam. Just relax, breathe. A lot of this stuff, all this nervousness and everything. Breathe. Take a step back and breathe and really listen to her. You're going to stop turning red if you really pay attention to what she's saying. And by the way, she might think it's cute that you're turning red. I think that would be cute. That means that you're an emotional person. Don't worry about it. What can I do to find older girls? I have a video on my website, KarenLeePotter.com. It's called How to Catch a Cougar. Download it. It will be the best video and information you receive to date. Let's see. You need to set up moderators, so we are down having to lose short time with you. Childish. Yeah. You're probably right, Mr. Pirate Brain. Maybe you want to be a moderator for me. Do younger guys try to ask her out? Oh, man. Okay, if a woman does not pay attention. Okay. You said something about the phone. Okay, I was nervous and I was not saying much. She kept asking, how does that feel, or what are you thinking? And my heart was racing. Okay, Bryson, kind of the same thing that this other guy just said about how he turns red and all that kind of stuff. So, Bryson, a lot of things you could do are just like nodding your head. I mean, nodding your head. You can all see if a person's like talking to you and they're like shaking their head, even if they don't realize it, it's negative. And if you nod your head, it's positive, and give eye contact. And even if you just repeat in a different way of what she's saying, Bryson, it would be really helpful. So if she's talking about, like, oh my God, my day couldn't have gotten worse. I got stuck in traffic, and I did this and I did that, and my boss yelled at me, and my dog got sick, and I take him to the vet. Whatever she's saying, you're saying, oh my, you really had a bad day, and you nod your head in affirmation of, yeah, you had a bad day. So really listen to her, give her good eye contact, and repeat back what she said. How hard can that be? Just turn it a little bit different than what she said. Stop thinking so much about inside here. What should I say next? Go outside. Another good thing to do, by the way, for Bryson and for Jay Duate, it would be a really cool idea if you guys have time to take like an improv class, because in improv you learn to respond quickly. So maybe that would really help shy guys and guys that get super into their heads. It teaches you to get out of your heads and just to nod and to agree and to move, to move in a positive direction. And I think that would help you guys a lot. Here we go. Here's my yoga pants. I promised. Here. I don't know if you can see this if you're on YouTube. All right. Let's see. Those are my yoga pants. And let's see. A great book is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Exactly, Mr. Pirate. Yes, and Paul is right. The yes, and is a way to like agree with the person and then add a little bit more to it. And it's a really good way to express interest, and it gets you out of your own head of what do I say next? I think that the more you think about what should I say next, the more you won't be able to say anything next, because you're like, oh my God, you're not listening to her because you're thinking, what do I say next? So just listen to the person you're talking to. Okay. Oh my goodness, we got more of the same. Oh God, I gotta keep reporting people. Let's see. I'm just gonna hide. If you say stuff about the N word or about show me your tits and that kind of stuff, you're going to be put in block mode, okay? I'm blocking negativity from YouTube and Instagram, okay? I gotta say, YouTube, you guys are much more respectful. Some of these people on Instagram are not being respectful. I feel like I am a freaking teacher in a school, and I'm gonna go up and hit you guys with rulers. All right. Thank you for the hearts. Yeah, all right. Let's see. Let's see. What the hell? You didn't turn around? Oh my God, you guys are. If you want to see more of me in yoga pants, you got to go to my Patreon page. Shell out a couple dollars, okay? I promise I will put a picture of myself front and back on my Patreon page, okay? How's that for a deal? Patreon, $5 a month. You're supporting me. I know that you care about me and want to hear what I have to say more than just asking me to show off my ass in my yoga pants. Go to yoga, guys. It's a great way to meet women. Let's see. Milfman, have I ever gotten nervous talking to a guy? Absolutely. Who doesn't get nervous when they're talking to people? I mean, it's normal. It's a good question, by the way. I was shy. I was a very shy girl growing up. I was not confident at all. That's why I talk a lot about cougars and all that kind of stuff, because I was not a cougar, confident, older, unique, genuine, assertive, and racy woman until I would say like 5 to 10 years ago. I was always like, I mean, listen, I started out really, really insecure, and then something clicked in me and said, who gives a shit about what other people think? You know, and if you can get to that point at a young age, you're going to be so happy for the rest of your life. Stop worrying so much about what everybody else thinks and just follow what you think is the right thing to do, because you are much smarter than 90% of the people out there, and much nicer, because I know you guys all from my YouTube and Instagram now. Especially the ones that don't speak English. I love the ones that are speaking French to me. Comment est-ce que tu vas? Where am I going? My French is very lacking. Last time I took French was in high school, so I apologize. And I say bonjour. They would love it if you hit them. Yeah, you're probably right, Paul. I mean, some of these guys are just trying it. Where are my doggies? Doggies are somewhere in this apartment. You should try what you're doing here in public. Brendan, you're always asking me to do this in public, but what better forum to reach multiple people from around the world than right here on YouTube? So I've got about 1.5 minutes if anybody has any questions about anything besides disrespectful questions. Let's see. I'm into older women, but I'm 25 and look 20 to 22. I talk much older than I am, but I feel like the MILFs don't respect me, LOL. Okay, don't worry about what people think about you, Cam 3. Just worry about moving on to the next person who is going to respect you. Eventually, first of all, if you want to look older, you could dress differently. I mean, just dress respectfully, like not like a young boy. If you got a young face, there's not a lot you can do about it, but you can certainly wear like a cool button-down shirt and, wear nice jeans and make sure that you're well groomed. And eventually you walk up to the right girl, no matter what age she is, she'll be interested in you. It's all about how you present yourself. If you feel like they're not interested in you, then they're not going to be interested in you. It's if you can convince yourself that you're an interesting person and that you're more mature and you feel like you talk, like an older person, then you're going to get that kind of response back. It's all what you throw out there. And this can be like advice on life, not just picking up women or whatever it is. It's basically about thinking what's inside. Make sure that you feel confident inside and then express that outward, because it's all going to come back in the same way that you let it out. If you let out negativity, and I'm sure you all know negative people out there, some of them have been on my Instagram page this morning. If you have negative people out there, then they're throwing negativity out into your universe. You're going to push them away. So we come right back to body language. If you want positive, look at arms open, okay? Not pushing people away from you with negative shit. Yeah, Mr. Pepperbrain is suggesting an acting class, and I'm suggesting the same thing. Go to an improv class if you have big issues with nervousness, when you're nervous talking or you're insecure. But a main thing is, there's so much good available self-help stuff out there that you can get your confidence going. Don't worry about your age. She's not worried about your age. You're not worried. I mean, if she's interested in younger guys, it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with she just, that's her thing. She might be in a situation, a lot of older women like younger guys, because they find them to be, fun and entertaining and good companions, and the younger guys are not like negative and hostile. Some of the older guys can be hostile because they've been through divorce and the ex-wives have taken them for a lot of money, and they, those kind of things. So don't worry. If a woman is in a stage of her life where she's interested in just having fun and no obligations, she might be wanting younger guys. Okay, let's see. You didn't see feet? Oh my goodness. Like I said, if you want to see like more, you need to definitely join my Patreon page. Let's see. Okay, I went over time again. It's because this is a really interesting subject to me, and I love everybody that's on today. So make sure to like this video later on, and remember to spread the love, not the hate. Positive, not the negative. Don't worry about what people think about you. Just think about being a happy-go-lucky, wonderful person, and you will find that you will attract those kind of people back to you. Anyway, please don't forget to give the thumbs up to here. Thank you for all the love and hearts that I see on my Instagram and YouTube. All right, that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. If you haven't already done this, Instagram people go to YouTube. YouTube people go to Instagram. Sign up under my name, KarenLee Potter, on both of those places. Put notifications on, and then you won't miss any live stream. Okay? That's about it for today. Bye-bye. Whoops. What happened there? Man, crazy stuff's going on in my... all right, let's see.